What to photograph in February 2024? Hello PhotoPiller, Rafael the Bar here. In February we have quite a few photo opportunities, starting with the Zodiacal Light. The Milky Way and the Galactic Center becoming visible in both hemispheres, the southern hemisphere and the northern hemisphere. The full moon, the aurora, 5 conjunctions of the moon with the planets, with Venus, Mars, Mercury, Saturn and Jupiter. Oh, and as always, don't forget the Oil Zone for opportunities. I'm talking about sunrise, sunsets, golden apple hours, star trails. So let your imagination fly, decide what you want to photograph and go to PhotoPills and plan a cool photo so you can go and capture it. And also, as always, at the end of the video, I'm gonna share with you 3 of the best photos that you guys have submitted to the PhotoPills Awards and that we featured in January. Okay, let's go to the planner and let's get started with some of the best photo opportunities that can be captured in February 2024. Let's go! The new moon is on February 9th, and around new moon is a great time to photograph the Zodiacal Light, which begins to be visible in February. The Zodiacal Light is the reflection produced by the scattering of sunlight due to the particles traveling along the entire solar system. It's so cool. In the northern hemisphere at this time of the year is visible due west, right after the astronomical twilight ends, and it will be visible in the direction of the sunset, the thick orange line you have here on the PhotoPills map. On the contrary, on the southern hemisphere is visible in the sunrise direction before dawn, before the astronomical twilight begins, in the direction of the sunrise, as I said, which is the thick orange, which is the thick yellow line that's visible here on the map. This direction, the direction of sunrise, and there you'll find the Zodiacal Light. So if you want to plan your Zodiacal Light shots, you cannot miss it. And if you wish to learn how to photograph the Zodiacal Light, watch this video. In February, the Galactic Center of the Milky Way begins to become visible on both hemispheres, on the southern hemisphere and on the northern hemisphere. And if we have a look at the northern hemisphere, I have the been in the beautiful island of Madeira, where we've been planning and scouting one of the PhotoPills expeditions. We're gonna go to Madeira in 2024. Wish us good luck with clear skies. And I had been here in the beautiful Fanal forest of Madeira with these amazing laurel trees. And as you see here, a photo of Albatros, the great Albatros with the Milky Way, and one of these trees is such a beautiful place. So in the northern hemisphere, we see that the Galactic Center becomes visible in the southeast directions just before dawn, just before the astronomical twilight begins. And as you see, the Galactic Center is the largest dot on the map, on the arch that represents the Milky Way, and the Galactic Center moves between these 2 lines, the gray and light gray and dark gray lines you see on the map. This is where the Galactic Center will become visible. Pretty cool. And for this, I have the date to 10th of February 2024. Then the Galactic Center will become visible at 4:55 a.m. till 6:33 a.m. Awesome. And remember that the Milky Way is always visible every day throughout the year. What's not always visible is the Galactic Center. So in February we start the Galactic Center of the Milky Way season, and throughout the year I'll show you different positions in the sky we can get month after month. And as you see here in the northern hemisphere, February is great for panoramas of the Milky Way because the Milky Way arch is very low in the sky. If I tap on the night AR, you'll see how low it is. You have the horizon here. I'm gonna change the focal length of my phone, horizon, and you see how low is the Milky Way arch in the sky. Here's the Galactic Center, and the horizon is here, and the Polaris is there. Awesome. Let's go to the southern hemisphere now and check what's gonna happen here in the southern hemisphere. For example, in Argentina, Chile. Well, as you see, it doesn't change that much. It's also visible, the Galactic Center, in the southeast directions. And the position of the Milky Way you can get is pretty vertical. Let's go to the second panel of the Milky Way. You see how the picture of the Milky Way on the top panel is telling me that the Milky Way is pretty vertical. And again, if I tap on the night AR, I can visualize how vertical the Milky Way is. Here you have it. Pretty cool. Yeah, and this is the South Celestial Pole. Okay, So in the southern hemisphere, in February, the southeast directions, Milky Way completely vertical. Awesome. And once you know where the Milky Way is gonna be, then you can plan your shots. And by the way, you wish to learn how to plan your Milky Way photos? Watch this video. On February 24, we had the full moon. And as you know, the full moon gives us plenty of great opportunities to play with it and to find amazing compositions with it. So, as always, based on the moonrise direction, the thick light blue line, or the moonset direction, the thick dark blue line, plan your shot. As for example, I've done here in Madeira while I was scouting for our Milky Way expedition and sun expedition in Madeira. Thanks Marco Grassi for doing all the planning for the expedition. I love you. So this shot is on the full moon date, it's on February 24th, around 7:31 p.m. And if you are the red pin position, in this case my idea is not to photograph a big moon with my subject, is to have a little tiny moon with these beautiful sea stars that we find in the beautiful beach of Ribeira da Janela. When it gets dark, the idea is to catch a small moon with a wide-angle lens and the sea stars, more or less like this shot that Marco Grassi captured with the sun, but with the moon. And as you see here, the red pin is the shooting spot and the moon is aligned with these beautiful sea stars. Pretty cool. And if you wish to learn how to plan your moon shots, watch this video. The Sun has entered the period of solar maximum, which means that we have more opportunities to view and photograph the aurora. The solar maximum occurs on average every 11 years. So you're lucky enough to live or travel to Sweden, Norway, Iceland, the Canadian Rockies, Greenland. February is a great month to photograph the aurora. Actually, you can photograph the aurora from September till April, more or less. And yes, if you plan a cool Milky Way shot, and you get lucky, you can even photograph the Milky Way and the aurora in the same shot. When should you photograph the aurora? Well, you can photograph the aurora with any moon phase if the sky is clear and the aurora is dancing in the sky. But usually we shoot it around new moon. Although, if you have a little bit of moon, it can help you lead the foreground. So having the moon above the horizon is not a bad thing. And here I leave you a great masterclass by the great Rachel John Ross. If you wish to learn how to photograph the aurora and how to plan the aurora, I strongly recommend it to watch it. In February, there are 5 cool moon planet conjunctions. On February 7th, Venus will be in conjunction with a really thin moon. The moon phase will be only 7%. On February 8th, Mars and Mercury will be pretty close to the moon, and the moon will have a phase of only 4.4%. On February 11th, the moon will be in conjunction with Saturn, and the moon phase will be super thin, 1.8%. And finally, on February 15th, Jupiter will be in conjunction with the moon, and the moon phase will be 36%. On both hemispheres, you'll find the moon planet conjunctions where the moon is, obviously. So, if you want to plan your shots, you can just plan the shots as if you were planning a moon shot. Where the moon is, the conjunctions will be. And the moon is at all time where this thin blue line is moving on the map when I change the time. You cannot miss it. And now let's see some of the best photos that you submitted to the PhotoPills Awards and that we featured in January. The first one is a fantastic photo of the crescent moon aligned with Monte Viso and the Basilica of Superga in Torino, Italy, photo by Valerio Minato. The second one is an impressive Milky Way arching above Passo Giao in the Italian Dolomites, photo by Andrea Corsi. And the third one is a perfectly aligned sun in a secret cave in Asturias, Spain, photo by Diego Manrique. Amazing photos, guys, amazing photos. Now, if you wish to learn how to plan and photograph all the events that I've shared in this video, I invite you to download our super detailed photography guides, and I'll leave a link in the description to the guides in the first comment below and in the description of this video. And as always, if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next Wednesday in another video. And remember that you have the power to imagine, plan, and shoot legendary photos. Bye!